Alright everybody, this is Eternal Blade here and welcome back to the cruise cabin texturing tutorial. So let's jump right in here, and I think we're going to start with the bed, kind of give it a good shot. So let's go to our good friend Google here and let's type in bed sheet fabric. Let's go to images and see what we get. Maybe tan lines. Well, ooh, that's nice, but not quite what we're looking for. Bedsheet fabric. Checkers. Close. Let's see. How about maybe fabric pattern. Just try to find one that's sort of close-ish. Alright, let me browse for a while and see what we can find. I'm going to pause this and see if I can find a good one that I like. Alright, so the best I'm finding is this synthetic white fiber. I think it should be synthetic, but either way, if you Google that, you'll come up with this image here. Actually, my Google terms were fabric textures with massive capitalization errors, so this is one we're going to use for now. So let's view image. It'll download it here. Let's show in folder, and we will open with, let's see, Photoshop. Okay, let's just change this around. Alright, so image adjustments, we'll go to hue and saturation. We'll probably desaturate it a tad. Okay. Keep the lightness about where it is, and maybe give it a bit of a warmer tone, sort of. Okay. And that's pretty close. Alright, so now if we go to, let's see, File, Save As, Projects, Active Projects, Cruise Cabin, Textures, we'll just call this Bed Diffuse. That's fine with me. Image adjustments, brightness, contrast. Let's go to image adjustments, black and white. Okay, file, save as, bed bump. Okay, I'm hoping these are tileable. We'll find out soon. Probably should have checked ahead of time, but I'm too lazy. So, there's just my render I was doing for the promos. Let's go in here, and we will create, let's see, let's just use this again. So, shift drag. Alright, we're going to call this one bed. Okay, so in the bitmap, let us select the bed diffuse, and in the bitmap over here for the noise we will select bed bump. Okay, now let's bring this bump texture up a bit, maybe to 50. Give it quite a bit of bump in there. Alright, and let's just straight up assign it, and actually view that in the viewport. Bam. And bam. Okay, so immediately we can see we need some tileage here, so let's just do, let's try 5 and 5. Okay, and then for the bump map here I have to do the same. Alright, now let's go to our image here, and let's just take a little portion of it and see what it looks like. Alright. Hopefully it'll render pretty fast. Alright, so here we go. So that's not too bad. You can see sort of the light coming off, so we're actually going to grab just a chunk like this. And that'll be our new test patch. And I think we need to go here. I wonder if you were seeing exactly what I was doing over here. You might not have been. It was sort of on the other window. If so, I apologize. So what I did, if you hadn't seen earlier, was I just copied the pillow material over, changed the bitmap and the bump map to the two we just created. Okay. So now we're in the bed material here. Let's change the glossiness to maybe 0.6. Okay. And maybe up the bump a bit to 80. Maybe even 100. Go to the bitmap here for the bump. And we can output, let's see here. Let's go into Photoshop real quick. Image adjustments, brightness, contrast. Let's bring the contrast way up. Okay. File, save as. We'll just call it bed bump. Yes, that's good. Right, that should adjust here. And it won't really affect too much. Alright. Let's do a re-render of this little area here. Alright, so that's not bad. I'm thinking we need a bit more reflection though, so let's go here to fall off. And if we make this black, I want to see what that does. Alright, so that kills a lot of our reflections, so we definitely don't want to have that black. What we can do though is potentially it doesn't really want us moving that point, does it? Maybe bringing our curve kind of something like that. And then let's see. Let's see how that works. Alright, that's not looking so bad. So we're just gonna render out the entire little bed area here, and just see what we have. Alright, so there we go, our bed rendered. Not that bad actually. I'm thinking maybe the bitmap we want to change the output to 2, just to lighten it up a little bit. But overall, that's a fairly good effect. Yeah, if we lighten it up, that should be good. Let's just render a little region right here of the new lightened color and just see what it looks like. Yep, that looks much nicer. So now what we can do, think about this, is, let's see, so the bed's probably going to be good, just needs some additional lighting. Probably work on the back panels here, they're pretty simple. So basically, the back panels are going to be composed of what? They're probably going to be pretty similar to this material here. So let's shift drag that up. Call this panel. Okay. And just select your panels here, at least the ones you can see, and we will just assign the material selection. Okay. And you can, let's see, go up here and let's give them just a flat color for now. So basically we'll give them kind of a very sort of off-white, sort of tan color, I guess. And that should be good. maybe give it just a 1 and a 1. So we can actually see the texture. Now let's go over here and just grab a little bit of it and see what it looks like. Alright, not bad. Looks like we need to reduce the bump here a little bit though, so let's go into our bump map and maybe do a 3 by 3. That'll shrink it up considerably. And then for our fall off map, let's just increase the amount of reflection here. Alright. Maybe sharpen it up just a bit. Let's see what we get. Alright, there we go. So not terrible, but still not quite what I'm after. Let's think about this. If we make this all white, should be super reflective everywhere, I believe. Make this 0.8, which should give us pretty good reflections. Make that 8 for now, just so it goes a little faster, and let's see what it does. Alright, not terrible, but we're still getting some just dots here. I've just taken this off here real quick. Let's just add that back, and I wonder if this wouldn't be what we want, is it? That one's white, and this one's black. Just trying to think of the right way to do this here. 16, let's try it like that and see what we get. Alright, we're just gonna put it back the way it was. Swap those. No, basically we're just gonna leave it as it is for now. I think the lighting will affect it a bit later on, so we should be good with what we have. Perhaps lighten that up a bit. Okay. And also the wall texture, the main wall texture that is, so wherever that is, let's see. Wall main dark. This also needs to be applied to this little strip right here. Okay. And let's see. So we have the sheets, pillows, those things. Our glass material. So I think we're going to do 2 separate glass materials. We're going to have one for the picture frame, and then also there's these 2 doors here, but we're going to separate this out. So here's the glass. Let's do shift drag. We're going to call this blue glass. So over here in the image, you see sort of like a blue look there, and it could be, I mean, from caustics or from, you know, the image, but I think we may have to fake it a little bit. So we're gonna attempt to do that here. All right, so go to your glass, and then let's go to the fog color here. We're just gonna make this just a bit blue. Okay. Now come to our main window here. Let's just grab the little edge right here and see what that did for us. And so you see, now we get this sort of blue effect here on the glass, which is almost exactly what they have. It's not, you know, it's not super powerful, but it's certainly there. So maybe, actually maybe even a little lighter than that. So let's go to our fog color. Bring it just a bit lighter. It's just very subtle. Okay, come back over here and let's re-render. Because it'll always be strong on the edge, but the the top portion is what you're really caring about. Excellent. I think that will do for us. Maybe even, let's see. You can see how strong it is there. So maybe we'll do fog multiplier of maybe 0.5. Perhaps that'll help us out just a bit. Let's try again. Because I want to preserve the glass in the middle. There we go. So now our glass in the middle is basically, you know, it doesn't have any color, but the glass on the edge kind of has that little blue tint to it, which is exactly what I'm looking for. So I don't think we can ask for better than that. Okay. Let's also apply that to our box on top there. And let's just check that out real quick. So just grab a little portion and render. So that should have the same blue edge, but it should be the same basic color on top. And it does. You see we have the nice little blue edge right there, just like they have in the image right here, little blue edge. Okay. Now let's make sort of a ceramic material for the top of this and for the desktop. So let's go here. We'll call this desktop. Desktop should work. Let's click the desktop and this thing, as well as probably that. All right, go here and we will assign selection. Okay, now this is going to be sort of a, let's see, sort of a plasticky tan looking thing, kind of like a marble, but not actually. So let's just sort of make it a orangey, almost an orangey yellow color. Kind of like that. Okay. Well, let's give it some pretty good reflections there. That should be good. No refractions. Glossiness. Oops, not 3. 0.8's not bad. Alright, and Fresnel is good. Doesn't seem to have a bump map in it, so we won't assign one for now. So let's go over to our render here, and let's just take a corner and render this puppy out and see what we get. So that's not drastically different from our gray material, so let's pump those reflections up sort of all the way and maybe give it a bit more color. Maybe change this to 0.85 and let's get a larger portion here. And actually, yeah, well, do a larger portion and see what that looks like. Alright, so there we go. So we got some nice strong reflections there. So we're just gonna test over here and see how this one looks as well. Alright, so that looks pretty good too. You can see the little reflections there in the corner. And it looks pretty nice. It just needs the lighting, needs a little work, but I think the material is actually just about fine. Alright. Actually, looking at this, I wonder if the bump is too big for this. Let's go over to that material, wherever it is. Bed, no. Panel. Change the bump to 6 and 6. Make it very, very subtle. 5 and 5 maybe. Okay. And let's see. I think we can also do the floor material. Just some simple little like fishbone pattern. So I'm going to Google real quick and we're going to see what we can find. So I found this one. I just typed in simple carpet design and it came up sort of near the top. So simple carpet pattern, and it was right here. So I think we can probably make that one work. It's kind of the closest I've seen to this one. I don't know quite what it is. I'm not really a good texture person, so I don't really know what it's called either, is the problem. So let's just view image, copy the image, go to Photoshop, file new, oops, file new, okay, and we'll paste that in. Alright, so there we go. It's pretty low where that is texture, but I think we can make do. So image, let's just go to canvas size and 200 everywhere. Alright, and control ACV, we'll just paste it sort of in line. It doesn't look like it's tileable, so that's a good thing. And I guess really these things come in squares anyway, so merge layers, let's drag it up. Okay, and we'll drag it down. Okay. And there we go. So let's grab those, merge layers. I'm going to try to get it to where we adjust the colors a little bit. So let's go to adjustments, let's maybe a color balance. Let's take out well, actually let's not do it this way. Let's image adjustments, levels maybe. Trying to think of what I want to do. Curves should do it. Guess take out a little bit of the red. Rah. No, don't do that. All right, let's think this through. First, I want to brighten it up, so we can do that easily. Actually, let's merge all of these layers, and then we'll brighten it up. Merge layers, image adjustments, brightness contrast. Let's brighten it up a little bit. Okay, that's pretty good. So we'll save that file, save as. We'll call this carpet diffuse. Okay, and image adjustments, black white, file, save as. This will be the carpet bump. Okay, so moving back to Max, if we select our floor somehow, watch out for the camera. Let's see, is this our actual floor? Alright, so let's select that, and let's come over here and select that. And is that our floor too? No, that's something else. Okay, and we'll give this a texture of number 4. So go to polygon, set ID to 4. Okay, so now if we go over here to our, it gets pretty complex after a while, multi-sub object for the, let's see, wall dark goes to here. So number 4 is going to be a material, V-Ray material. Okay. Diffuse map, we'll do a standard bitmap, and we'll do the carpet diffuse, and the bump map will be as a standard bitmap carpet bump. Okay, so you can see it there, a nice little pattern we've got going on. And now, if we just drag that back, and we take our frame buffer here, let's just zoom into, oops, this little area. That's about the only area we have carpet showing. It's not too important. Let's just render it out and make sure we're in the camera view. Now let's render it out. Alright, so it looks like it's pretty huge, so we're going to go here and just tile it 3 by 3, as well as the bump 3 by 3. Now you could do it with the UVW mapping on the actual object itself. It'd probably be a better option, but this should work. So now we've got this nice little pattern going on. I think we may need to lighten it up a little bit more still. So we're going to go to the output here and just change it to 2. Alright, should lighten it up a little bit. Let's see. Alright, nice. And that's really the only bit of the carpet we're ever going to see. So I'm actually thinking image adjustments, brightness, contrast. Let's image adjustments. Let's see, shadows and highlights. I kind of want to bring out the colors a bit more. File, save as. Oops. What did we do? I don't know quite what we did, but alright, let's just do a JPEG. Let's make this the diffuse. It's a bit darker. And let's try it and see what we get. Alright, so it's a bit darker, but you can actually see the colors a little bit more. Now if we go to image adjustments, brightness and contrast, and we brighten it up a bit. Bring the contrast sort of there. Okay. File, save as. JPEG, carpet diffuse. Yes. Yes. And render. We should have a nice sort of light carpet here now. I still think it's got too much color in it, unfortunately. So image adjustments. Hue saturation. Let's just desaturate it a little bit. Kind of make it bit more black and white. Okay. File. Save. Alright, carpet diffuse. Alright, here we go. And we render. This should take some of the color out of it, make it a little more tame. And it does. Alright, so I'm going to say that'll be it for this part. I'm just going to render my little quick image here, and I will see you guys next time.